We are releasing another new Twitchy. This one is with Mexican Custapec beans from local roaster Pearl Coffee. Now, a little bit of history. We started the Twitchy series in the Valley. I believe it was late 2017, maybe very early 2018. This was about the second or third Twitchy that we did in the Valley. We only made it once. It's got about a 4.06, 4.08 on tap. It was about our second or third Twitchy behind its predecessors, which was Ethiopian and Tanzanian peaberry. So this series has come a long way. It's kind of parallels our Super Smash Brew series, which is IPA. It focuses on one malt and one hop, predominantly the hop, whereas this focuses on an imperial stout base with a bean. And usually we try to go single origin, just so you could really taste and smell the different flavors and highlights, different coffee beans from Ethiopian, Colombian, French vanilla, Italian roast, Tanzanian peaberry, all of those. So this has been a super awesome series. You guys have loved it. Always a high rater. And you can see from the can artwork, this is some of my favorite artwork of the Twitchy cans. Our designer, Joe, he looked at artwork from the Chiapas region and put those elements here. So it's such a super rich artwork. And if anything, the Twitchy series is can collectibles just from the artwork. So I would love to see a post or an Instagram post of all the Twitchy cans that we've ever done. And this one of our brewers, Brian, he thinks, he's not a coffee drinker, but he's like, this is the best Twitchy that we've made. It is up there. It is up there. I think our COVID release Twitchy was our best one, but that was a flavored bean, so it's kind of in a different realm. But anyway, what is the base for this beer? What's the process? We use a lot of different malts in these imperial stouts. We start with our base Pilsner malt, around 75, 77%. Then we use 3 different kinds of crystal malts. Crystal malts, they're roasted a little bit more in the kilning oven. So they're crystally, a little bit caramely. They'll bring those orange and some of the darker colors and flavors to the beer. You can't make a stout with just crystal malts, but that lends a lot of body, unfermentable sugars. And then we have a healthy dose of 10% chocolate malt. And then, as with most stouts, you have a portion of roasted barley just for that, the darkness and acridity. This is about at 2%. Galena is the hop that we use for bittering, about 40 IBUs, not really bitter, just enough hops to balance it. And that is how we make this beer. So this is one of our easier stouts to make at 9.25%. It's a relatively easy fermenter. We don't have to do any special magic with the yeast. We do propagate it a little bit, but it goes, chews through the sugar, you're done. Once we clear it, then we'll charge our big dual-use hop back with coffee beans. In this case, we used about 66 pounds of this Mexican Custapec Pearl coffee beans per 40-barrel batch. So a big old sack of beans. And we'll charge it in this hop back, which has a little stainless steel mesh at the bottom, so the liquid can go through, the beans stay there. We'll let the beans soak on beer overnight, usually 24 hours. We'll recirculate it back into the fermenter so there's a good mix. We'll usually taste it, see if the coffee's present enough, and sometimes we'll let it go through the rest of the day or through another cycle during the night. And usually that gets it within 2 days where we get the coffee that's not too overpowering, but it's definitely there. So with that, let's check out this beer. So remember, milk chocolate. This is a very nutty roast, medium body. Smell the coffee right there, no lie. And I had this earlier today, a couple days ago, and this is such a smooth, it's such a smooth bean. It's not your typical morning coffee Colombian blend or house blend. It It's not like that. It's a lot smoother, very cocoa-y, chocolatey, milk chocolatey, and very nutty. You can also get a woody character to this beer. That's smooth. It's almost just dark chocolate at the end of the day. For this beer, the line between dark chocolate and coffee is totally overlapped. You're like, what is this? Is this coffee? Is this dark chocolate? It's so similar. No, it's a great beer, and I don't have a lot to say for it. It's probably not even 5 minutes into this review. You guys are probably in for a movie based on our last reviews, but no. This is about done. It's a great beer if you want to do some food pairings, barbecue beef, Szechuan dishes, cheese pairings, buttery, well-aged cheddars, spreadable cheddar. And that is this beer. This will hit distribution. It's going to go out. Keg sales have improved a lot, so distribution has bought a lot of kegs of this. Hopefully it'll show up at some of your local bars if you're not near the Canal Place location. But great beer, you're gonna love it. So we hope to see you this release weekend.